Saying congratulations on the win. Jalen Johnson, you were looking for a fourth scorer. What was his role in helping your team win this game tonight?
I thought he did a good job in the first half manufacturing points at the foul line. We were struggling to score, and he got fouled twice. And it was one of those fouls where he's drawing the foul. He understands how to play. He's got a veteran savvy to him. And he just makes me look really stupid that I wasn't starting him earlier. And, because it's obviously a huge difference for our team offensively to have him on the floor, spacing the floor for us. And his ability to shoot, gets defensive rebounds. I thought DJ had an incredible game tonight. He looked 6 defensive rebounds, 5 assists, only 2 turnovers, shot it really well, really played smart. Tolu gets another double-double. It's what we talked about, Neil. We want to have 4 guys that we can count on to give us a balanced attack every night in terms of, double figures, and then hopefully get a 5th, from Abdul and Davon and one of the bigs, JD had a good game tonight. I thought he did some good things, knocked down his foul shots, had 8 rebounds. We've got good depth up front. Quentin Post didn't play that much tonight, and I need to continue to use him more. He's a good player. And, I think, we're going to be in physical battles. Those 4 guys, I'm comfortable with all 4 of them being in the game.
What turned the game in the second half? His 4-point game at halftime, how were you able to pull away from him?
I thought defensively we did a good job in the second half. They shot 33% the second half, and we really blew it. We should have had a better lead at halftime with a couple bad turnovers and silly fouls. And again, you can see our youth out there, and we've just got to learn to finish halves and, play smart.
I'll get out of the way and let everybody else ask. Thank you.
We'll start with Joe Coleman. Joel, go ahead.
Ben, and asking Jalen this while ago, he seems like obviously a very mature guy as a senior. He's played a lot of basketball. He started a lot of basketball, but had to start this year on the bench. He seems like a guy that, do anything that you ask him to do. I guess I would ask, is that kind of the attitude that he had as he sat on the bench for the first 6 games and then, of course, draws the first start tonight? What's his demeanor been so far this year?
He's playing, except for the exception of Dayton, about half the game, but obviously those minutes are going to rise here in a starting role. And what I love about him, when he played sparingly against Dayton, he had a great attitude. He wasn't pouting. He was mature. And it shows me how much he cares about his team and about winning. And that's ultimately the most important thing, is doing everything he can do to win. And he's a good leader. He's an incredibly hard worker. We're having to tell him to, get off the court and not work out 4 hours a day every day on top of our practices. I mean, he's like a relentless guy in the gym. His shot is so good because he works on it so much. So I'm just really proud of him. And I thought Cameron, who had been starting, handled his role coming off the bench really well and gave us big minutes off the bench. Hit a big shot from 3, did a good job defensively, had a couple assists. He's going to continue to play a very important role for our team. You have to have a deep bench to be a good team in this day and age.
Go ahead and get it to Chris from WCBI. Chris, go ahead.
Coach, it's funny you bring up Cam. I was going to ask you, he had a nice stretch of plays there in the first half. Just what kind of impact you see him playing for your team if he comes off the bench and as a player who can create and make plays?
I think what he does best for us, he's a very good defensive player. He really draws the other team's best players a lot of the time. He's so strong with quick feet, 220 pounds. He's got like a 6'10" wingspan. He's really long and athletic, and he's working really hard on his shooting and putting the time in. I was really happy for him. And we were 10 for 21 as a team tonight from 3. We took good shots from 3 for the most part. So that was a very, good thing for us. And, Iverson was very steady again. He got in foul trouble in the first half, didn't play as many minutes there. But, again, he shot the ball well, did a really good job for us on a number of issues. And we outboarded him by 8. So we did a lot of good things tonight. Happy for our team. And the team we beat tonight, I'm telling you, Central has had, one of the toughest schedules in the country. When you look at who they've played on the road for every game, they're a much better team than their 0-6 record indicates. And I'll bet you they finish in the top third in their conference when we look at it come March.
Go ahead and get it to Paul. Paul, go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned trying to find other scoring, and I know they probably need a little bit more experience and a little bit more development, but your thoughts on where Anderson Garcia and Keandre Montgomery are right now as far as practice and what you see late in games?
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job for us coming off the bench. And, Keandre made 27 threes in a row yesterday in shooting practice. That's hard to do, to make 27 in a row. So he's got a bright future. And Andy, probably Garcia, is our best rebounder per minute played on the entire team. He's an incredible rebounder and plays as hard as anybody in our program, and he has a very bright future. And those guys have just got to stay ready for their opportunity.
Go ahead and slide it over to Garrett. Garrett, go.
Ben, I don't know if this is pure coincidence or not, but in your 4 home games, it seems that your guys have played much better in the second half. Do you think there's anything to a young team just getting better as they see the action unfold in front of them?
Yeah, I don't know that, but I'm glad that you feel that way, because we want to finish strong in second half. So I thought we came out and played well early and had about an 8-0 lead, and they came back and tied it. We've got it, and Bergerson, give him credit. He's played here before when we played BYU a few years ago. He's a Mormon. So, he had 15 points, 5 assists, 0 turnovers. He's a very good player. They got some good players. And I really like number 13. I thought he was really good watching him on film. He had 20 points today. He's a New York City kid. They got some talent, and older guys. But, I thought that we came out to start the second half. I really implored our guys to come out and play really hard to start the second half, because we did not do that as well against Dayton on the road at a neutral site. And you got to really come out and set the tone there to start that second half. So you're right. We've done a good job in the second halves here at home.